Welcome to Civil Discourse. I am your host, Wesley, along with my co-host, Steve, and we're here to give you our political views from both sides of the political spectrum. How you doing today, Steve?
I'm well. How about yourself, Wesley? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, man. This is what Civil Discourse is about. We can at least start the show off great, and then later on we'll devolve into the discourse part.
Chaos. Chaos.
Yeah, I mean, right now there's chaos going on in Minneapolis right now. I mean, it should be, me in my personal opinion, it should be devolving across the United States because of what happened. In Oregon, they shot 2 more people. It's getting to the point to where we're not safe here as Americans with the people that we pay to look after us. But I'm gonna go ahead and start off by reading the article from this situation that's going on right now. Video emerges of Minneapolis shooting filmed by ICE agent who opened fire. The video filmed by the U.S. immigration agent who fatally shot a woman in Minneapolis on Wednesday has emerged, showing the moments before gunfire rang out. The 47-second footage obtained by Minnesota-based outlet Alpha News shows Renee Nicole Good sitting behind the wheel of her car and speaking to the officer. U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance shared the clip on his social media, commenting that the agent had acted in self-defense. Local officials have insisted the woman posed no danger. Good's wife was paid tribute to the 37-year-old, saying the pair were trying to support their neighbors when she was shot. Her death has sparked protests across the U.S. The Trump administration says Good was blocking the road and impeding the work of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents. The BBC has asked the Homeland Security Department and the White House for comment on the new video that emerged on Friday. The footage starts with the officer getting out of his car and filming Good's vehicle while he was walking around it. A dog is in the back seat. Good says, "Hello, that's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you." We'll start from there. I'm not going to get into everything else that was talked about. We both kind of seen the footage. I saw this footage as well. I think you just brought this up to me previous to us starting to record the show.
Yeah.
What do you think about what happened? Let's start with that. What do you think about what happened? Do you agree with the situation?
I don't like it. I'll be quite honest. I don't like the situation at all. I think I'm going to say there's definitely fault on both sides. With Renee Good. For the timeline shows that she was impeding what was going on. She was there 4 minutes, blocking traffic for 4 minutes in the roadway. Where I get it, you're a protester. She's part of an organization that is that protests ICE wherever they can go. I guess I mean I don't know 100% the background, but her and her wife have obviously some kind of protest training in that area. So is she a professional protester? I'm not gonna garner a guess on that. I will say this: you can't impede law enforcement during an operation. You just can't. Okay, that's rule number one. But I don't believe the officer had the right to shoot her and kill her. I don't. If it's not murder, it's definitely voluntary manslaughter, I think, at some level. Yes, did she try and hit him? It looks it in some angles it doesn't. So I can't, I'm not going to pass judgment because A, I'm not on the ground. I don't have all the facts. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a police officer. I'm not, I'm not an attorney general. I'm not a DA. I don't know what's going to happen to that guy. The video I saw today, you can definitely tell that they were protesting. They were out there, not where they were supposed to be. And I know the wife had mentioned some things, whatever. The ICE agent, I heard somebody argue, why didn't he use his taser? Okay, a taser's not going to really go through a windshield.
Yeah.
Or a window. I know her window was open. Do I think it was excessive? Part of me does. I'll be honest. I really think part of me thinks that was an excessive event. I just wish she had not been there, to be honest with you. I mean, she had 2 kids, and it's sad that somebody had to die. But the fault has to be, there's got to be fault on both sides, to me. She shouldn't have been there, A. She shouldn't have been in the middle of the street impeding what was going on. They told her to get out of her car. She refused to do it. So was she in the wrong? Yeah. Part of it was she was in the wrong. But did she deserve to die? No. Sorry. She didn't.
And I have respect for what you just said too as well. But I also feel like as Americans, this is not to just rebuke everything you said. 'Cause like I said, I do have a degree of respect for how you came about the situation. At least you can see it from both angles. A lot of people don't. As Americans, protest is our middle name. That is just what it is. That's how we've started. This is
right.
Yeah, and if there's a problem here in America, we're going to protest. And right now, there's a problem. There's a problem with people who are being just put out there as ICE. Oh, these guys are ICE. They're brand new. They don't have. Who knows what kind of training they have? They seem like they have no.
I mean, we don't know. We don't know what level he was. We don't know what rank he was. At least I don't. I haven't seen a rank for this officer, so I couldn't tell you.
So, but basically, what I'm getting to is like, they put a $50,000 sign-on bonus on, and they're hiring anybody. They have guys out there who are from Proud Boys and from all kinds of different agencies. This is not to just say that it's just they're from anywhere, bouncers, whoever. Put them on the streets.
They do background checks. So let's not put the cart before the horse, man.
This is not me. This is not me saying that a background check does not determine your character. I'm sorry. A background check will say,
no, you're right.
He has temperament or anything like that. That's all I'm talking about. And right now we're in a very hot. This is a hot button issue for this country because now they've given them the right to basically say, you know what? If this guy speaks, he sounds like he's not American. If he looks like he's not American, we don't care of color, whatever. This is what it is. You can utilize those things to go after people, and you have to have some type of a temperament to do this job. I'm watching people who do not have the temperament to do this job. I'm watching them cuss people out on the streets. I'm watching them just, hey, get out of your car, right? Get out of your truck right now. Where are you from? You look like you're a Somali. I've seen it. I'm watching people who are driving trucks. They're banging on their car, banging on their doors while they're sleeping. Like, hey, show me your ID, which is not even lawful. They can't even do this. They can't even make him show them his ID. He got out of his truck. They couldn't make him do anything. But the point of it is, they can harass him based off of his color and based off of the fact that he has an accent of any kind. So it just gets to the point.
I understand what you're saying, but on the other side, I'll do the counterpoint of that. You can't have protesters in the middle of the road in front of ICE agents impeding what they're trying to do. I get it. They're protesting. Then protest. Okay? Mm-hmm. Get off to the side of the road. Protest. Get your signs out. Yell what you want to yell. Be as mean and nasty as you want to be, but stay the hell out of the way of what they're trying to do. Because that's how they get hurt, number one. And that's how the officers get hurt, number two.
I think to me, the whole purpose of the protest is to make sure this gets out of your city. We don't want you here. We're not asking for you to be here. We're fine here. You need to leave at this point in time.
No problem
once you're getting to the
point, I get
what
problem with is getting involved and impeding what's going on.
To me, you're supposed to. That's the general purpose of this right here. They're going to high schools. They're going to high schools right now, running up on kids, all kinds. They went to high school over in Minneapolis.
Okay, all right. I get what you're saying. They're flooding. They give up their right. They give up their right to protest. Then
things happen. This is America. That's what has to happen. That's what has to happen. That's why you have sit-ins and all kinds of other. They have sit-ins that we had to have sit-ins in order to change laws in this country. This is happening.
We're different than going out and getting in the faces and impeding what they're trying to do.
Okay, people have gotten in the. What I'm saying is they've gotten in the way in order to stop certain things. If America is turning in the wrong direction, we are not going to peacefully sit here and pretend like everything's fine with a sign. It's not going to happen. We're Americans. This is what we do.
Then you take the responsibility as the person who's protesting to expect to get harmed.
And you know what? And I'm not going to say I disagree with that, but we also, as Americans, understand that our
is that what you want? Is that get hurt?
At the end of the day, people are getting hurt already. So if we see people are getting hurt already, and we want to stop that as Americans,
you're okay with the violence that happens at these protests if they impede what these people are trying to do. You're okay with them getting beaten and shot and all kinds of other shit.
This has been going on for a very long time.
I'm never okay. I'm not.
Let me finish. I never said I was. This has been going on for a long time. I was never okay with them, but when something is wrong, us as Americans, we fight back. That's what we do here. We don't sit around and say, "Oh my God," because at the end of the day, that's how Gestapo's and other people get in power, because we sit back and we act scared about something right now. This is what this person is doing. The person that we have in office.
But what point does it stop being a protest and turn into a freaking riot.
As soon as these people do not adhere to what the American citizens want in their community, that's when it becomes that. That's when it becomes that. That's
American citizens don't. Okay, I get what you're saying, but American citizens don't write the laws. Correct? American citizens are supposed to follow the laws that are already on the books. Yes or no?
I mean, yeah. In order
to affect change, what do you do to affect change? You don't start riots to affect change.
Whatever needs to. Sometimes you do.
Sometimes you do. Problem when you say whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
At the end of the day, it's never the right answer.
I mean, it's been the right answer for a very long time. During the civil rights, we had to do whatever it took.
No, you did not.
Yes, we did.
It was peaceful protest.
Oh, that was part of it. That was a part of it. That wasn't everything. That was a part of it.
That's
you know what I mean? But when people getting their heads beat in, when people, you know why?
Yeah, because they were assholes that beat their heads in.
It happens sometimes. These people are assholes who are doing that to these people in these other places too. They're beating people's heads in. People, I've seen a guy standing around here.
There's assholes on both sides, Leslie. You just saw it with that video.
I'm not saying that this is not me saying that there's not, but I'm gonna always take the side of the people. Always, because I feel like if Minneapolis needed you there or wanted you there, they'd ask for it, but they did not, and they're being pushed to be in these places. He's sending people to blue states.
What is ICE doing there to begin with? What is ICE doing there to begin with? It's not to keep
enforcement raids. Enforcement raids. They're doing enforcement raids, and they're running up mostly in blue states. Nobody's saying it's not, but we're watching what he's doing for a reason. We act like we don't see it. It's fine.
Okay,
you don't have to.
You got to start with the legality of what's going on to begin with.
It's totally legal. It's totally legal to do what he's doing. It is. But does it make it right? No, it does not. And so as Americans, we look at it like this. You know what?
It's not about right and wrong. It's about what's legal and what's illegal.
It was legal to beat those people who sat in those coffee shops and those diners back then too. It was legal. They could have done it. But who cares? If it's wrong, we as Americans, we fight. That's what we do. I'm sorry that you guys don't feel that way anymore. I'm sorry that the don't tread on me crowd is now okay with being treaded upon. Because as soon as you start giving away your freedoms and your rights, as soon as you start giving away your freedoms and your rights, that's what we're fighting for now. You know what I mean? Period. So the real un-American people are showing who they are.
Oh, you mean the rights of the illegal aliens that are in this country?
Period. I mean, the right to not be harassed in your neighborhoods. I see them harassing people who are not. Most of the people who are grabbing, they're grabbing people who are in the immigration court.
You're out there looking for harassment.
No, the reason why we're being harassed because you're in our community and we don't want you here. He has weaponized the government against the people. He has weaponized the government against people, and we're not going for it. You can. You have all the rights you want to. You can go for it, sit there and wait for it if you want to. That's up to you. But I'm not that. I'm not one of the people who are going to tell everybody that the redcoats are, it's fine that the redcoats are coming. I'm going to be the person like Paul Revere or whoever else who's telling everybody that they're coming. That's who I am in this country. I'm never going to sit back and act like it doesn't matter if they're Democrat or Republican. I don't play that game.
No, all you do is sit behind a microphone and do it.
Oh, that too. Yeah, I've done that too. I'll sit behind the microphone, but I've also gotten out there and protested before too. Have you?
Well, okay. All right.
Before you
run off a cliff.
Okay.
Is ICE there legally?
This is how I look at it. I don't know. I'm not. I can't answer the question fully legal or not. I know they've been asked by the government, the mayor of that city, and other people to leave their city. So, are they there legally or not? Who knows? I mean, at the end of the day, most of the things that Trump are doing is being sent back to the Supreme Court, and they're judging on it, and some of it's being kicked back. So, who knows? I can't say that for sure.
Okay, but until that's adjudicated, the governor and the mayor of Minneapolis need to shut the F up and let them do their jobs.
I don't think so. I think the governor is a form. I think the governor is basically a quasi president of his own particular state.
Left, you guys are a revolving door when it comes to legal action. That's all you guys are. It's go in, get out, go in, get out, go in, get out. That's all you guys are.
I don't understand what that means. Please explain that.
Anymore.
Please, we don't care about the rule of law anymore. Oh my goodness! I think we're the only ones who do. I think we're the only ones who do. We're the only ones who do. That's it.
Really?
That's just the fact of the matter. We're the only ones who do.
A 37-year-old dead woman.
Because the officer shot her through. Because the officer shot her through the side of her door. The officer shot her through the side of her door right here. He sent the shot through the front. Shot him to the other side.
Was she supposed to be there? Yes or no?
Yes, in my case, yes, she was. Yes.
No.
Absolutely.
Then you were okay
with
with
exactly
her
what she was supposed to do. I mean, I can't say. I can't.
That's against the law, Leslie.
I can't say that I'm against her being where she was supposed to be. I would never say that about a person who was protesting. You know what? They'll always tell you to get out of the way. They'll always tell you you're not supposed to be somewhere. They'll always tell you what to do. And if you're good enough there, if that's what you want to do, you want to kowtow to what they have going on, that's up to you. Go ahead and do it. You know what I mean? That's fine. I don't have a problem with it.
Did she not put herself in harm's way?
I think we all do that if we get out there and protest something that's not right. That's what happens sometimes. You put yourself in harm's way. You know, I wouldn't be the person who sat there. I wouldn't be the person to say I'm not going to go to that dining and sit in with those people right there.
That's radicalism.
Yeah, I know. They called the people who marched across the bridges and things of those natures with Martin Luther King. They called them radicals too. They called a lot of people radicals in this country to get things done. That's what happens sometimes. When you want to fight back against a tyrannical government, that's what you do. When you want to fight back against someone who feels like he's a dictator, that's what you do. I'm sorry to say it. That's what has to happen here. If this is where we're at right now, we'll vote when it's time to vote. But we're also going to fight back when it's time to fight back. That's up to you to sit there and twiddle your thumbs and say, you're a radical. You only care about we care about our country. I care about the freedoms of this country.
I care about my country too. But guess what? The moment that you sit there and you get in front of and impede the actions of a lawful action, then your ass gets hurt.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of people get hurt on video. I watched a lot of things happen on video, especially from old videos.
Because they weren't supposed to be doing what they were doing.
Yeah, I know. They got hosed and all kinds of stuff they weren't supposed to be doing. They didn't want them to fight back. They wanted them to sit down and take it. I've seen it happen. I'm not, to me personally, no way. I'm not with that. But I do understand where you're coming from. I understand that's it's a part of the law and follow the law and shut up and take it and hopefully everything goes your way.
I didn't say shut up and take it.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't have a problem with protest.
You said the governor and whoever else needs to shut up and take it. The governor needs to shut up and let them do whatever he wants to do in his state. The people of his state voted for him to be the leader of their state.
Federal law usurps state law. Period. End of story.
Sometimes it does, but sometimes you have to fight the federal government if you have to. If federally you need to fight, if the state needs to fight back against the federal government, they can do so. There's means and ways to do so. Whatever it takes, do what you have to do.
No, you go to court.
I think you do it. I think when you have a tyrannical person who is in power, when you have a tyrannical person, if they're sending them into the streets to harm your citizens, yes, you do. Yes, you do. If you send them into the streets to harm the people who are against you,
they're illegal aliens. They're ICE. They're good Lord, man, get your shit together.
You know what, man? Do you really believe illegal aliens? That's a word that they just pump that
Chuck
to you and you take
back
it
in 2019.
I don't care about Chuck Schumer. I'm not care about the word. I'm just saying they pump that to you. I don't even care about.
He's one of your folks.
Chuck Schumer. I mean, there's a lot of people who claim to be what they are they or are not. I don't care about what he said. I'm saying what I said.
Illegal aliens.
I'm saying I'm not even questioning. I'm not even questioning the fact of you using the verbiage illegal alien, even though that's up to you to use that.
Because that's what they use.
I'm not talking about that. Let me finish my statement. Let me finish my statement.
About that because you don't want to know. You don't want to know.
I don't care about that. What I'm saying is you're saying that everyone is illegal.
You don't give a rat's ass about anybody.
You notice that I let you speak a lot of times, but then you just cut me off whenever I'm speaking. It's crazy. But that's fine. Go ahead. Continue. Sometimes. But let me finish.
Yeah.
Let me finish. You know what I mean? You know that how I look at it is that okay. They're saying all these people are illegal aliens, but they're going to get most of them out of immigration court. They're going to find most of them in their homes or in their places of business where they're working because they've actually been going through the process to become legal. They're getting people who are going through the legal process. They've said this already. This has already been out there. Most of the people who they're grabbing don't have any criminal records. They have not committed any crimes, and they're going through the legal process to become legal citizens. This is what's been going on. You're not willing to admit that. That's why I brought up the thing illegal aliens, because it seems funny that we'll use the word illegal aliens for people who are going through the process legally. That's what I was saying. And I wouldn't use illegal aliens anyways, because what's an illegal alien?
The process, it's weird. If they went through the process legally, they would have come to the port of call and not across the effing river.
You don't know where they came through. And that sounds exactly that's your verbiage to use. Keep going. The river, legal alien. Keep going. Because we all know what this is really about. Rivers, legal aliens. What else we got?
I'm using what the Democrats used, what Obama said, and what
Obama said they came across the river. Listen.
No, you call them illegal aliens, man.
You know how I look at it? It doesn't matter. I'm not Obama. I'm not Chuck Schumer.
You voted for him.
I'm my own. Okay. I'm my own person. Period. Plain and simple. I'm my own.
You were not your own person.
Okay.
You're brainwashed.
Of course, I know. I'm brainwashed, but I'm the one who's afraid to fight. I'm the one who's afraid to stand up for the people of my country. I'm the one who's saying that. I'm the one who's brainwashed over because if they say do this, you shut up and stand over to the side. I would never do that. No way. Not in this country. No way. That's not America.
You don't care about
that is not America to me.
Because you don't care about the rule of law.
Of course,
that's the problem.
Of course I do. But when I feel like
don't. Not if you're going to sit there and say that you're going to go out there and fight the people that are trying to do their job. That's not following.
If I feel like something is wrong in this country, we fight back. That's
why are you interrupting me?
American is about.
Why are you interrupting me, Leslie?
That's what being an American is about. Go ahead.
What I'm saying is, you sat there and said, "I'm going to fight." Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But what are you fighting? You're fighting against a law. You're fighting against a set of laws that people are trying to enforce. So unless you want to affect change, the way to affect change is to get those laws changed, not to sit there and hurt the people that are trying to enforce the laws.
Yeah, I see a guy who is doing things the incorrect way in this country. He's not following laws in this country. That's why he has people. That's why he's in court every other week. And he didn't even follow the law where a judge told him to not take people out of this country. He's shown you he does not follow the law. He's not following any of our laws. They've told you already. We're going to just do it and let them send it to the Supreme Court and then let them enforce it. They've already told you what this is. We're going to fight back right now before we allow a person to become a dictator, which he is trying to do. But let me go ahead.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
When Obama killed 12 people at a wedding because he had a drone strike, was that breaking the law?
I think I need more. I think I need more context of this right here.
So
that's not enough context.
In one of his strikes, there were 12 civilians.
Who were they striking?
It was a terrorist.
Okay.
But he killed 12 innocent people, civilians. Okay. Should he have gone to jail for that?
I don't feel like we should ever kill innocent civilians if we can. I feel like we should send in forces if we need to. But why are you killing innocent civilians? I don't feel like that's right. You've just a loaded question, man. What do you can't? How am I supposed to like? Oh yeah, fine. Kill civilians. I would never say that. I would never say kill people who have nothing to do with something.
It's okay. You're saying it's okay to fight the people that are trying to keep the laws in the books, right? You're saying that's okay.
As an American citizen, I will never allow people who I feel like if I feel like they're taking away my rights. Every day it happens. It happens all over the country.
What rights are being taken away from you, Wesley?
If they're okay, this is one of them right here. When they came out and said, "Oh, you know what? It doesn't matter. Use skin color and use this as a way and use accent as a way to be able to say whether a person's American or not." That touches me personally, right there. Personally,
why do you speak a different language?
I'm of a skin color that
are you American?
I'm of a skin color in this country.
Did you come into this country illegally?
I'm of a skin color in this country that could be considered anything. That's why. Because I've already seen it happen to me with police officers in this country about things of this nature. So you know what I mean. So I have a very, very personal. It's a lot of things have happened. I can go on. Oh,
I'm not gonna. I won't deny that.
That affects me personally when I hear a Supreme Court judge come out and say, you know what, we'll allow you to use skin color as a way to determine whether or not a person can be in this country or not. That speaks volumes. I know who they're not talking about. I know who they're not talking about.
Same colored skin.
I know who they're not talking about. Didn't come who. It wasn't Clarence Thomas, but even it wasn't him.
He voted for it.
Even if it was, I don't care about Clarence Thomas. He can sell his soul if whoever he wants to. That's like any one man can be the person say they over there, massa. They over there, boss. It could be anybody. There's always one of them who's willing to do it. There's always one of us who's willing to say, you know what? Let them go ahead and take our freedoms away. It's fine because they're Democrats and we're Republicans. There's always plenty of us who are willing to say that.
I get what you're saying, but my problem is I draw a distinct line. There's protests, okay? There's protests doing it the right way, and then there's the wrong way. Okay, there is definitely a wrong way to protest, and that wrong way is impeding what's going on. You can't get in the middle of that stuff because it gets people hurt. Period. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. Period. I don't want to see anybody get shot. I don't want to see anybody get the hose. I don't want to see anybody have to put the lotion on it. Okay.
Now I understand. I get what you're saying. Now, but at the end of the day, man, sometimes it takes that. I don't want her to get shot. I didn't want her to. Listen, I'm saying I didn't want her.
That mentality is part of the problem.
No,
the mentality. You're going to sit there and say that's what it's going to take is people to get hurt.
It's not. Sometimes it does. That is not
That's a terrible mindset to have.
Wait.
That's a
What you're
terrible
saying,
mindset
but
to have.
it's a false basically narrative that you're creating, because you're acting like that's the first thing that I want. It's not. What I want is, but
I said there's a distinct line. There's a distinct line between peaceful protests and getting your point across, and going in and being physically violent.
You know what? Sometimes the drive away evil. Sometimes you got it takes more than just sitting here saying, "Hey, please leave." Sometimes they're not going to take that. They're not, because people are getting sick and tired. They don't want this in their communities. They want you to leave them alone. They don't want the fact that $10 billion is taken away from them by Trump in blue states out of education and out of food, like food stamps type of programs, attacking blue states. We see what he's doing. We see who he's going after. So you know what? We got to fight. If you don't fight right now, then he's going to take it all. We're watching this person systematically try and destroy America, tear us apart.
Do you know?
By blue and red. So no one else has ever done that before.
What's that 5-letter word? What's the 5-letter word that you just used that starts with F?
I don't know. Please tell me.
Fight.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you know why one of the reasons that Trump got impeached?
Why is that?
Because he used the word fight in his speech on January 6th.
Oh, then they went into the
Capitol.
And
what I'm saying is that word has many meanings.
Okay? It does. You
know, because there's symbolic fight, right? There's the symbolic, hey, we need to fight for our freedoms, we need to fight for our rights. And then there's the fight that you're talking about. And that's the actual physical action of it. That's the wrong one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That physical fighting action, that word fight, when you use it in the context of being physical, going out and doing that is the wrong way to do it. I'll always be on the side of that.
I would never want
to sit there and say you cannot protest.
I would never want that to be the first thing that's ever used in this country.
It should never be a thing.
But at this point in time, what I'm watching and what I'm seeing across the United States, I understand. I get it. I do. You think I want our country infighting? We got too many problems going on in this country and outside this country for us to be infighting. We're damn near about to be at war at home and abroad because of the person who's in office, because he's using left and right. This is what I don't like, is people are like, you're Democrat, that to me is like, I wasn't born with a D on my arm. I wasn't born with that. Sorry. I have ideology that's more based towards this party, but I'm not married to them. So it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me who they shot. It could have been someone from the other side. I don't care about your ideology. If it's not right, it's not right. So if it's time for us to stand up as Americans, instead of letting a person who thinks he can do whatever he chooses to do, no matter what the Constitution says, no matter what's going on, it's time to fight now at that point in time. It's time to stop sitting here pretending like, there's nothing we can do about it, while he's destroying our reputation around the world and dividing us internally. There's a problem.
So you're okay with what they did on January 6th then?
How?
Because he wanted them to fight, and so God. they felt like the rights were being infringed.
I'm okay with them attacking. No, that's not that. That's totally you tried to overthrow the government. That is a separate situation than saying, you know what, we don't want ICE in our city. But hey, we go ahead and compare the two things. Because that's
a bunch of half-wits were going in there to overthrow the government.
I think if they can go in there and kill
them, I think those people were going to be able to overthrow the government.
If everyone within our government, as far as all of our senators were there, all of our House members were there, our vice president was there, what does that do?
I mean, January 6th was wrong.
It throws you into chaos.
But idiots aren't going to take over the country.
It doesn't. If you're an idiot sent in 12 electorates to 7 different states. An idiot sent in 12 electorates to 7 different states to tell them, hey, you know what? Hey, let's change how your states voted.
Fight. The people use the word fight and it gets misconstrued, right?
No, I don't. I don't think it doesn't get misconstrued to me at all. I think he said
because some people it's okay. It's okay if you say to go fight. And
I think he said the same thing that I'm saying. I think he said the same thing I'm saying right now. I think he said, go fight. Fight for me that I didn't lose this election, that is false what every American's voted for. Fight for me for that. That's a totally different fight, isn't it? Because you lost something. It ain't like somebody did something to you. No one took that from you.
You feel like you're losing something.
No, we see it. We're watching people be harmed in the streets. What harm came to him?
Think they were losing
what harm? What election?
I mean,
we have elections every 4 years, every 2 years, every year. Damn near things happen. You don't win. That's part of it. No one physically did anything to you. No one's coming to your home, kicking in your door, throwing your kids around. I've seen it happen to people in this country. People who are here legally. I've seen people who are here legally be killed in this country over this. Yes, there's a problem. Nothing happened to him. He was a crybaby. That's why he knew he lost. He admitted it. But you guys went in here to go in here and take over our country.
Don't say you guys. Don't say you guys. I didn't go up there. I wasn't part of that. I didn't agree to it. I was trying to make a point.
Were you okay with it?
No.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, no. I won't say you guys about that, but you know who I'm talking about, because I seem like there's a lot of revisionist history. We got to move on to the next segment, but there's a lot of revisionist history when it comes to January 6th right now. They got Ashley Babbitt like she's some type of martyr, and she's trying to climb through a window to get to people. You know what I mean? Let's be honest here. Let's be serious. Let's stop it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even be okay with that, no matter who did it. If that were a bunch of people who were from the left,
one quick question.
I wouldn't be okay with that.
Were you okay when they were trying to burn down the federal building in Portland?
I don't think that's trying to overthrow. I don't think you should try to ever burn down a federal building. But But this is what I'm gonna say: to overthrow our government is different. To a protest and let people know hell no, we won't go burn down some shit. Hey, I'm okay. If that's what it takes to stop something that you don't want going on.
They were burning down cities. Let's just burn down Minneapolis. That's what they did.
If that's what it takes in this country at times to stop what's going on,
that's the mentality. That's right there is the mentality that causes the problem.
So? You know, yes. I think the problem causes the problem. I think what's going on causes the problem. You think people just wake up one day?
You get to violence, that's where you cause the problem.
Do you think sometimes violence begets violence, man? If people are being violent towards you, what are you gonna do? Sit there and just keep on getting beat over the head? Oh, it's fine. Beat me over the head. It's okay. Keep doing it. No, that's not going to happen, man. So violence begets more violence. People don't wake up one day
over the head all the time. Is it a problem because you're doing something to cause that? You know what Dave Chappelle said? He's a victim blamer.
You know what? I hear what you're saying. I'm sure that at times I am too.
I mean, why did he get beat? What was he doing at the time?
At times I am too. But you know what though? When a person gets sick and tired of whatever's going on in this country, we fight. That's what we do. What did they do when they were on those boats? They're like, man, we're sick and tired of these people taxing us. What'd they do? They fought. That's what happens, man. This is what we were built on. So I'm not ever going. I don't want anyone to ever lose that. I don't want our children to grow up looking at this president and what he's doing and think this is okay for someone to do that to them and take away their liberties.
Rise up and take over the government, Wesley. Start a movement to rise up and take over the government.
I don't think that's what it's
State Tea Party.
I don't think that's what it's about. I don't want to take over the government. That's not what I'm here for, but I would like to see a better America. Let me go ahead and move on to the next segment we have here. Senate advances measure to restrict Trump's power to use military force in Venezuela. The Senate fired a warning shot at President Donald Trump, voting Thursday to advance a bipartisan resolution to block him from using military force within or against Venezuela, unless he gets prior approval from Congress. The vote of 52-47 on the war powers measure came after an unsuccessful plea by Republican leaders to sink it and preserve Trump's authority as he threatens a second wave of attacks on Venezuela. Trump has declared that the U.S. would run the country temporarily after he ordered a military operation last week to capture and extradite their president, Nicolás Maduro. 5 Republicans joined all 47 Democrats in voting yes on the motion to advance the resolution to the Senate floor. The legislation led by Senators Tim Kaine, a Democrat of Virginia, was co-sponsored by Senator Rand Paul, a Republican of Kentucky, Senator Adam Schiff, Democrat from California, and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, Democrat from New York. Instead of responding to America's concerns about the affordability crisis, President Trump started a war with Venezuela that is profoundly disrespectful to the U.S. troops, deeply unpopular, suspiciously secretive, and likely corrupt. How is that America first? Kaine said. Trump's war is also clearly illegal because this military action was ordered without the congressional authorization the Constitution requires. So I'm gonna go ahead and kick this over to you and kind of get, let's kind of start off. Let's kind of start off at the at the side of it.
I'm going to read you the War Powers Act of 1973.
Okay, go ahead.
The War Powers Resolution of 1973, or Act, is a U.S. law limiting the president's power to commit troops to armed conflict without Congress's approval, passed over President Nixon's veto in response to the Vietnam War to restore constitutional balance. It requires the president to notify Congress within 48 hours of deploying forces, mandates removal of troops within 60 to 90 days, with potential extension for another 30. If Congress doesn't authorize the action, and reinforces Congress's sole power to declare war, ensuring collective judgment on war. All right. So now we know what that is, right? Where's the war? That's the first question I have.
Okay. The war is when you go in and take out a person's president and then threaten that country. Say we're going to run the country. So that's a war right there and there. You've declared war. So like we talked about this before.
Okay, let me. Okay, so I have a series of questions.
Are you?
Go ahead.
You know what I mean?
I've got a series of questions I wanted to ask you.
I understand, but so you said to me before we got on air that if a person, I said, hey, what if someone comes and takes our president? You said that's an act of war. That's what you said. Correct or no? You said that. Okay, so us going into another country and stealing their president is an act of war. And then telling them that we're going to run your country. But okay, you let the vice president ascend to power, but then saying, if you don't do what we tell you to do, we're going to send a second wave of attacks to take you out as well. That's not war. And we're going to take over your natural resources and run them as well. That's not war. That's not an act of war.
No, it's not an act of war.
Okay.
Because A, he wasn't president. B, there's been precedents set prior to. And we talked about this. He was not the duly elected president.
Yes, he was. How do we you can't, I mean, you can say that and I can believe that too. Say, hey, I don't think he won. But I don't think a lot of people won. I don't think a lot of things happened. People didn't think George Bush won. People didn't think Joe Biden won. People, but did they? Yes. Were they presidents? Yes. People don't think Putin is duly elected. There's a lot of presidents around the world, but you don't go in and take them out because you don't think something happened. You don't know. I don't know. None of us really know. Did you count the votes? None of us did. He didn't even put them out there. But the fact of the matter is, that's what's going on in that country. We don't go and depose people based off the fact of what we don't think is right or wrong. That's just what it is. So I understand what you're saying with the War Power Acts, but that is a declaration of war against a country. Period. To go into a country and take their president and then say, I'm running your country and your natural resources.
Did we declare war on Panama when we took out Noriega? Did they declare war? Was that an act of war?
I would say yes, it was, because you went into the country and took out the president. However, we had
an act of war against Libya when we took out Gaddafi.
NATO took out Gaddafi. NATO.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do think it. Yes, I do think it was. Yes, I think
what
that
about
was one.
Milosevic in Serbia?
Yes. I mean, Milosevic was committing genocide left and right.
Okay.
I know that.
Well, okay.
Let me hold on. Let me finish.
Okay. Go ahead.
Gaddafi, to me, that was I blame Obama about that too. I do not like the fact they took out Gaddafi. That was horrible. That was a horrible thing to do, to go take out Gaddafi. I'm not going to sit back and and defend something that I think is wrong. That was wrong. That's one of the biggest check marks where I look at Obama and I say, you know what? That makes me not like you. Even though I loved you as a president to a degree, that makes me not like you because what you did and why you did it. That's why. So yes, those things are wrong. Was Maduro, just because we didn't like Maduro being their president, because we didn't like what he said, because he wouldn't just let us take their oil from him, now it's fine? Because you just don't want to give away their oil, and you know what I mean? Now,
was Maduro a dictator? Yes or no?
No, he was elected by his people. It is what it is. Did he dictate? Did he dictate things?
He starting with Hugo Chavez. Was Hugo Chavez a dictator?
Hugo Chavez was legitimately elected to his actions to me made him a dictator in my eyes, but not by the way that he was elected by his people. We can't say that. You get what I'm saying? Like it's very difficult to put I can say that we have a wannabe dictator in our White House, but is he? No, because he's elected.
Most countries around the world think Maduro was a dictator and should not have been there and wasn't duly elected.
Do you know why? Because I think 9 million of his people fled his country. This is how I look at it.
He was killing them. He was committing genocide in his own country.
He was not committing genocide within his own country. It's not true. I'm just being honest.
Go ask the people that are down there.
I know people who live there in Venezuela right now.
What do they say?
No, they don't like him. A lot of them, the ones I know, they don't like Maduro, but they're not saying he's killing everybody. They're not saying that's not, because it's not true. What I'm saying,
I didn't say he killed everybody, but he did kill people.
People kill, man. Come on, you know what I mean?
Okay,
I'm just people kill.
You
people,
okay with
that?
That
Happens.
You're okay with that?
I'm not okay when it happens in this country, but it happens. It does happen. I don't know about there's no mass graves going on in Venezuela. None of us are talking about right now. So let's not say that. Let's not put that on him and say he's killing people. Yeah, not we know of here. Come on. You know, we got to stick to what they haven't even accused him of that. They accused him of machine guns. They said, "Oh, you have machine guns." Rand Paul came out and said, "Some of the things that we're putting on him are ridiculous." They said, "So basically, our law here in this country."
Rand Paul is the Republican version of John Fetterman. He might as well be.
Rand Paul is a libertarian. He doesn't like I don't like Rand Paul like that. But I'm saying, but Rand Paul has strict guidelines he follows when it comes to this country. We should be dealing with things that are going on here. We shouldn't be allowing the presidency to basically overthrow our House and our Senate. You know what I mean? He sticks to this stuff wholeheartedly. He just does, and I respect him for that. You know what I mean? Hey, at least you are who you are. At least you are who you are. You're not Lindsey Graham. You're not Marco Rubio. You're not Ted Cruz. I respect who you are because you are who you are every day and night. You say this is what you're about, and you're about that. You don't just bend over whenever it's time to bend over and take it. But what I'm going to say is he came out and said, you know what? How are our laws that from 1936 in our country dictating what's going on in a foreign country? That doesn't happen anywhere. That's like saying, hey, this is a law of our country, and we're going to depose you because in our country, this is not legal, so we're going to make it illegal in yours. This is a ridiculous thing they've come up with, man. Noriega was on video
because he was doing stuff that is illegal.
Okay, let's talk about Noriega. Noriega was on video getting drugs delivered to our country, just like that guy from was it Ecuador or Honduras? I forget the guy who came out and he had like 400 tons or something like that of drugs when Trump just pardoned him. Trump don't care about drugs.
That to me was ridiculous.
400 tons. He said, "I'll put it up the noses of the gringos myself. I'll take it to America and put it up the noses of the gringo myself." He got done like Trump.
He didn't put it up mine.
You know what it was? He paid this person that we have in office some money to get him out of. That's what he did. We both know that. He didn't just feel some type of.
I'm not saying yes or no.
He paid him. Yeah, we both know that he did. Everyone's been paying this guy to get out of.
But my point is,
he's crooked and corrupt, man. This is why, and he came and he said they're going to give me 50 to 60. Hold on, let me finish this part. Venezuela's going to give me 50 to 60 million barrels of oil. I'm going to take it and I'm going to dictate where it goes, and I'm putting the money into offshore accounts, and I'm going to dictate where the money goes. What the hell this is what Trump said, man. Are you serious right now? And you're defending this as being this was not all about oil. Yeah, I am defending
the fact that you took out a monster that was in charge of a country.
Monster. What monstrous acts did he commit? Please tell me. Since you know, please tell me what monstrous acts did he commit. I'd like to know. You can put because you don't know because you're gonna make. I'm not trying to say it in a messed up way. Yes, I am. I need to say it that way to you because you don't know. Because you don't know. Because he didn't do anything. Because he didn't do it.
How do you have proof of that? Do you have receipts on that?
You know what? You know what my receipts are?
So you're accusing me of the same thing you do.
You know what my receipts are? They didn't accuse me of anything. They said narco terrorism and you got machine guns and that's what it is. They not saying murder. They didn't say kill. They didn't say none of that kind of stuff. They didn't say he was committing genocide in his own country.
Why do you think 9 million people left that country?
Because of the sanctions the owner's sanctions that were put on them by our administration. That's why they left. Because sanctions.
Why were those sanctions put there?
Basically, because he didn't do what America wanted to be done. I'm gonna be honest with you. The way Chavez went about taking back his oil and taking back and nationalizing, it wasn't just him. What's going on before him? They actually did pay for everybody to pay off the companies who were there for them to leave. They actually did pay them off. It's not true that he's saying they just took our oil, they took our land. He's a liar. That's not true. They did pay you. What they didn't like was the fact that this is their oil and they're doing the things they want to do. This is imperialism, man. This is a 20th century imperialism. This is what it is, straight up.
9 million people left. It's not just about sanctions.
Do you know? Yes, it is about sanctions. It is about sanctions, and we had nothing. I know people who live there right. No, wait. I know people who live there, and thousands of others were not. There's a lot more who weren't there, a lot more who were not too. But I know people who live there right now in the country. And the thing that hurts them are the sanctions. It's not that he's a dictator. They're not driving around. People with guns are everywhere, and it's all bad. No, they're not. It's the fact they go places and everything everything costs a lot. Their money has basically inflation has basically made their money worthless. That's what happened. Same thing happened in Argentina. Did we go over there and take their president out? No, we didn't. Let's stop this, man. Let's stop looking at. Yeah, it's strange, ain't it? Strange. You know why we gave them money? Because they're Germans down there, pretty much. That's why we gave them money. Let's be real here. Let's look at this for what it is. The fact of the matter, we wanted to break Venezuela because we wanted the oil. That's what he came in. That's what Trump came in talking about. Why don't we just go take Venezuela? This happened in his last administration. You know that, right? And because I want the oil. He told you. And then as soon as everything happened, he talked about oil.
I look at it this way: who's going to benefit besides the United States? Who's going to benefit from it?
Oil companies.
The people
oil
of Venezuela
companies.
will.
No,
I think the
oil
people of
companies
Venezuela will too.
No, they won't.
Because now, hopefully, this is what
his administration's still in power. His same administration is still in power. We didn't go there to do that. We went there to take. It was like we made a deal. We made a deal to pick him up because there wasn't really a fight to get him. Any president you're going to have, there's going to be a bigger fight than that. We made a deal to go pick him up, take him out of there. Now you're going to give me 50, 60 million barrels.
So is that really technically kidnapping if somebody made a deal?
Yeah,
that's not kidnapping if somebody said, "Hey,
either that, we're
going to give them up to you."
Either that,
they basically gave Maduro to us.
If we went in there, no, they didn't. If we go in there and take,
got them saying they made a deal.
If we went in there to either that or I'm gonna blow up your whole country. Which one do you want? There's gonna be millions dead instead of just the hundreds that we killed just on this trip. There's gonna be millions dead. What about that one? And we're gonna go in here and put troops in, and we're gonna fight door to door. What are we gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, that's kidnapping.
That is you have such a warped sense of reality when
we haven't done that. We didn't do that in Iraq. That didn't happen in Iraq, right? Didn't happen in Iraq.
He's not a warmonger.
Oh my
you should know that.
No, he's not a warmonger. I thought he was a monster. You said he was a monster. Which one is he? Is he a warmonger?
No,
who? Oh my God, Trump's not a warmonger. Are you serious? He's bombed more countries than the last like 20 presidents or whatever it was. He's bombed more countries than
Obama. The bomber in chief.
No, that's not true. No, it's not true. He's bombed more countries than any of those guys have in this administration right here. Let's not act like he's not a warmonger. He's just telling our NATO partners, we're going to go take over Greenland. We're going to take it from you. He told Canada and Mexico the same thing. What are you saying? He's not a warmonger?
He really is.
He's a warmonger. I didn't believe that at first either, but he is. He's a warmonger. Energy companies gave him $100 million. He paid them back.
So far? Who's he bombed so far?
Let's say Yemen, Iran.
Hey guys, Houthis, terrorists.
Yemen, Iran.
Nuclear weapons.
What was that?
Terrorists.
Nigeria.
Terrorists.
Everybody. It's strange that everybody. If you look at the people, you look. That's not who he even bombed. He bombed. He said Muslims were. He said he bombed Muslims. But he said Muslims were fighting Christians. And he doesn't care about that because what's going on over in Israel? What's going on? No, it wasn't. It was supposed to be Muslims. He said Muslims. What's going on what's going on over in Israel? They're fighting and killing Christians over there as well too, spitting on us, beating us up, everything. Even what's his name? Huckabee came out and said this about what was going on. He's our ambassador over there. Don't care about that. You know what I mean? Even though over half the country's Christian, half the country's Muslim, and that's not the reason why they're fighting each other or killing each other. What more time?
Did we drop any bombs? I don't think Trump dropped any bombs in Gaza, did he?
We gave both of them did.
So Yemen
gave away bombs.
So he
Gaza as well. We gave them weapons. We gave them weapons to fight over there.
Call for that to be done.
I'll even take that one off the table. Let's keep. We can keep going.
Yemen.
Yeah. Yemen.
Okay.
Iran. I think they also did Lebanon. I think we dropped Syria. No. We dropped. Yeah, we did actually.
Syria, yes, because of ISIS.
Yeah, I mean, whatever the case may be, Venezuela. I'd have to figure out the rest of them, but that's at least 4 countries right there. Just in less than a year. In less than a year. And I think Somalia too. I want to say Somalia. I can't remember for sure, but I think he dropped it.
Nothing.
I can't say that for sure, but I can't say that for sure. But I think he didn't. But I'll leave that off the table right now. You know what I mean? I'll leave that off.
But I think Obama dropped a lot more
in 1 year. I don't think so.
Well, no, he didn't do it all in 1 year because he did Syria back in his first term.
We can go back.
He did Syria in his first term.
Who? Trump?
Yeah.
No, we did it this term too. We bombed them this term too. We hit them again this term too. Yeah, we bombed. It doesn't matter. We bombed. I think he bombed. I think he bombed. He also bombed Iraq before too. He also bombed.
That's not being a warmonger.
You also, Bob, will go steal somebody's president, not to being a warmonger. Telling a person we're going to take Greenland from you is not being a warmonger. So they have to sit back and say, you know what? We're going to have to defend. We're going to have to defend Greenland. NATO, our partner, turns around and says, hey, we may have to defend Greenland if it comes down to it, man. We don't want to, but we might have to against one of our NATO allies. We might have to defend Greenland. That's not being a warmonger either.
So
please tell me.
Oh, okay. So Obama did Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, Libya, Pakistan, Yemen, and Somalia.
Okay. Let me say this. Oh yeah, he's done Somalia too. Trump's done Somalia. Trump's done Libya as well. He's done what's that? Is that Jordan above? Jordan is above Israel, correct?
Yeah.
He's done Iraq. He's done He's done
Somalia.
He's bombed Pakistan
Syria.
As well too. I believe is that Pakistan?
Nope,
I think that's
nope. It's not.
Yeah,
Nope. He did not.
I'm looking. Not
Somalia,
this term.
Syria, Iraq, Yemen, and Venezuela.
No, I'm not just talking about this term. I'm
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about both terms. Yeah, he also bombed Somalia. He's also bombed. I think he's bombed Pakistan and Afghanistan.
Nope.
That's Pakistan. Yeah,
Nope.
I think he did, man.
Nope.
Let me see.
Nope.
In the red. Yeah, he bombed Pakistan.
I don't see that. Where are you looking? Where are you seeing that?
I chart right here of countries bombed by Bush, Obama, Biden, and Trump. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Because I pulled up Trump and Obama separately. I don't see Afghanistan.
Yeah, Trump bombed Afghanistan.
Somalia,
sure.
Syria, and Iraq, Yemen, Venezuela.
This year?
No, throughout his 2 terms.
Yeah, I see a lot of these on here. He's bombed quite a few places. This guy's a bomber in chief around here. The bomber in chief.
Obama was Obama in chief. Obama in chief.
In the middle of war. Actually, because Obama inherited a war. He came in 2008. Let's not forget. We were still at war. Yeah.
But I mean,
but I do not agree with Nigeria. Let's just say this. He stole a president.
Libya?
He stole a president. I mean, yeah, I wasn't. That's you. That's the NATO, and I do not agree with that at all. I'm not good with that at all. That was a whole. They killed him to stop a movement. Just like I believe that they put sanctions on Venezuela to stop a movement. They don't want to see socialism work. That's why anytime anyone turns to socialism, they put sanctions on them. They do everything to them. Unless they're a European NATO bloc country, they don't do it to them. They don't want to see socialism work. Socialism works in Saudi Arabia to a degree. They're not fully, but they're socialist country over there pretty much. Socialism works where people have.
Yeah, how much money those people have?
You know how much money that Venezuela would have if their oil. It was Chavez made some big mistakes, but they didn't want to see socialism work there. They just don't. They want to control. That's a gold mine. You can talk about Saudi Arabia. What do you think they have over? They got more oil in Venezuela than they got in Saudi Arabia. What do you think they are? That's a monster.
Oh, I know, because it's not been utilized.
But it's not even that. It's just that they have more. Period. They just have more. They stole part of Venezuela, gave it to another country that would have made it even that much more of a gap. So imagine so at the end of the day, man, this was about imperialism. That's why he went and took him, because he has imperialist dreams. You hear him talking about him all day. Take Greenland, do this, take that. This is what I want to do. I want to run Chile. I want to run this country.
Let me ask you about Greenland for one. Do you think it's in our best interest to have Greenland?
Yes, I do. But that doesn't mean that we do that. That when things are in your best
interest. What I'm saying is if he does it in a way where he pays and we do it the right way, are you okay?
I wouldn't have a problem with that. Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with that. I wouldn't have had a problem.
He's not going to go in there militarily. He's not going to go in there militarily.
He went. Why would he go into Venezuela militarily then? Because it's just okay. But you know why he would. Just like I know why he would. He wouldn't go into Greenland for other reasons. We get why they will. But let me say this: if they would have took Maduro a different way, I wouldn't have had a problem with that either. Because I feel like it's in our best interest to get rid of him.
I'm going to ask you this question too. Do you know that Trump and Maduro were in contact the week before to try and get him to leave Venezuela? Do you know that?
Yeah, he talked about that.
Then pretty much he spurned the United States and said, "No, I'm not leaving."
Would you leave? Would you leave? No, I wouldn't leave either.
But he was indicted.
I'm like, I listen, man, people are indicted for anything. In this country, we can indict anyone for anything in this country. We can make up something and indict them for it and say they did it. We don't.
That is ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
They do it all the time. All the time in this country. It's a fact, especially when they have. Listen, when you're okay, all of a sudden the guy who got all the oil in the world is indicted on drug charges. Why ain't the Saudis indicted on drug charges? You know why? Because they got money. He got all this.
I mean, you say you can. Yeah, you're right. You know what?
Hold on.
What's her name? Letitia James in New York.
He was indicted.
And Alvin Bragg came up with something that's never been prosecuted before, but they did it.
He was indicted, and he was convicted of it too because he did it. But the fact of the matter is, she was indicted, and what they do? They threw it out. James Comey indicted. They threw it out. Anyone can be indicted here, especially if you own the DOJ and you know it. He owns the DOJ. He runs it like it's his own personal. You know it. Listen, let's go back to that fact again one more time. If I got all the oil, I got 18% of the world's reserves of oil. Not only including that, I got a lot of natural gas. A lot. Why do I need to sell drugs? Tell me. I got all the oil.
You're not allowed to sell it anywhere else.
Why do I need to sell
You're
drugs?
not allowed to sell it.
Yes, he
because
is.
It's sanctioned oil.
He sells it. It doesn't matter if it's sanctioned.
Yes, it is.
Russian oil is sanctioned oil. Time out. Russian oil is sanctioned oil. They sell it to India. They sell it to China all the time. You know what you have to do? You have to sell it below market value. Yeah, you can sell sanctioned oil. You just can't sell it to the West.
Right. You can't sell it.
Who cares?
You can't sell it the right way. I mean, you can sell it. Yes.
No, you can sell it to anyone you want to who's willing to say, you know what, in the United States, I'm buying it anyways. I'll do what I want. That's the difference. We don't run the world. We do, but we don't. The world doesn't have to listen to us. They don't have to say, you know what? Hey,
they pretty much do.
If they,
you know what? I don't want to be the world's police. I don't want to be.
It sounds like that's what Republicans are becoming. You guys were different about this. Oh, why are we world policing the world? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing? Now all of a sudden, you guys like, well, we need to go in there and take out the girl. We need to go in there and do this. What are we? Hey, you guys.
No, I'll look at it this way. I'll look at it this way.
Flip floppers, man.
I'm not a flip flopper. I look at it this way.
For this guy,
Take him out because he's a dictator, and now those people may have a chance to be free.
Oh my! His administration is still in power. You didn't take him out. His administration is still in power, man. You just gave it to his vice president.
Now they're under scrutiny. They're under more scrutiny now.
No, the oil's under scrutiny. The oil is under scrutiny. Okay, no, they're not. The oil. He's there for the oil. He has.
I'm pumping it, baby. I'm pumping the oil.
This is what he said. And we're not getting none of it. And we're using our troops and our military to sit there and protect it, like for our oil companies, man. Look at that. And they also said that tax-paying Americans may have to reimburse oil companies for going down there and building out infrastructure for oil. That's what he said. Man, come on. If you guys don't see what's happening.
But are we not going to make money off of that?
God. Who? Not the United States. That we don't make any money. Yes. The oil companies. Oh, my gosh, bro. You really believe? Okay, we should have made money off of Iraq then. Why do we make money off Iraq? Why do we make money off Iraq? Why do we make money off Iraq? He said he's taking 50 to 60 million barrels of oil. He's putting it in offshore accounts, and he's going to dictate where the money goes. You think America's getting that money, or is he about to do what the Saudis do and try to make himself a Saudi king?
I made a backdoor deal with him. I get 10% of that.
You're not getting nothing. You might get cheaper gas prices for a little while or something, maybe. But other than that, no, they're using our military as to go protect his companies and his donors' interest. That's what's going on here. So I want us. The fact of the matter is, the funny part about it is we've sat back and said he's a drug runner. This man got more money than the Saudis do. You know why he can have more money than them? Because all of it's his. It all goes to him. All that oil money goes into the government. Period.
And who was protecting him the whole time? Who was protecting him the whole time? China, Russia.
Who cares?
Cubans.
It doesn't matter. Who cares?
It wasn't even his own country's soldiers that were protecting him. It was Cubans.
Who cares? I mean, when you're fighting against countries like NATO countries and other, you need people in there. You're gonna have people. The world order is changing, man.
Who was fighting Maduro? Name one country besides the United States that did anything to Venezuela?
Okay, so do you only assume that a fight is physical, correct? That's what you're saying? It has to be physical. It can't be through other means. Sanctions are not a form of fighting.
No,
it's not.
No, I didn't say that.
No, I'm asking.
Because we already.
I'm asking that question.
Fighting itself sanctions are because you're doing something bad.
No, right? Sanctions. No, that could be a form of fighting. No, that's not true. It could be a form of fighting.
Why are sanctions put on a country?
If you don't, because the United States feel like they're not doing what I want you to do. That's not mean you're doing something bad. You could be doing something for the best interest of your country.
The world doesn't want you to do.
Oh, the United States are not the world. Yeah. Stop it, man. That's not even true. That's not true.
France. UK,
I don't care. I don't care about the
European countries.
You know So
Arab countries also it was good to go. They were good to go.
The old world order basically tells you that you're not doing something right. All the old imperialists of the world who went through a bunch of countries, raped, pillaged, and killed, saying you're not giving us your oil for the cheapest we want to give you oil for. You're wrong for this.
Just
like they said over in Nigeria, in Mali, and Burkina Faso. Oh, you guys aren't giving us this for $2 a ton. We're gonna go ahead and this is war now. This is crazy to listen to, and we know that it's wrong. It's not right. And I'm sorry. I'm not for that.
Sanctions put on? Why do we have sanctions on Russia then?
We got sanctions on a lot of countries that haven't done anything wrong to the United States because we don't agree with what they're doing. We don't agree with it. I don't care if the United States agree.
Is that wrong?
Yeah. If it's not something, if it's something, okay, if it's killing people, if it's going over saying, oh, you know what, we're going to start a war with Ukraine. Yeah, then put sanctions on them. But if it's like, you know what, I want my own oil for my own people. You know what? No way. The oil companies in the United States are supposed to, BP for over in England, we all supposed to be over here taking your oil and taking your money. Come on, brother.
That's not okay. On Iran?
That's not okay. Because I don't know why. Because we got off of a nuclear sponsor terrorism. We got off of a nuclear arms deal that we had with them. Yeah, I mean, killed their military leader, and we put sanctions on them and say that, oh, you guys are leading sponsor of terrorism. You terrorizing their country. Stop it, man. Stop it. We've been terrorizing them for a long time, and
you are so out of touch sometimes.
You're mad when they fight back. I can't be mad when the country says, I'm gonna for myself.
Do you want terrorists to fight back? Is that your thing? I
don't want to be a state sponsor. Okay? I don't want to be a state sponsor of terrorism myself. I don't want to be a state sponsor of terrorism myself. I don't want to be a state sponsor of terrorism myself. I don't want my country sponsoring terrorism around the world.
Saying that.
I don't have a problem with a country fighting back. I definitely don't. Because I've seen things have to happen in my own country where we've had to fight back. I've seen us do things against. I look at all the countries these people have bombed. I don't see anyone except for people in the Middle East or people in South America or in Africa. You know what I mean? It's strange to me. Asian countries. What's going on here? Why? Why is the world order set up to the way it is? It's not right. If I don't think it's right, and a person, it's time for them to fight back.
Are you saying there's no terrorists in those countries?
I think there's terrorists everywhere. Every country in the world.
Every
country. I'm telling you. I'm answering. Every country in the world has terrorism. Every country.
But do you think it's not okay to take those terrorists out?
I mean, what do you mean? I need to have that going. So people should be able to come and take our terrorists out of our country then too, right?
Well, there's a lot of them on the left.
I mean, I've watched a guy named Timothy McVeigh kill what he killed, like 400 some people. I'm not sure how many people he killed. Blew up a whole building there, killed a bunch of people. I've watched a lot of terrorism happen in this country. No.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But a lot of them are just sick in the head. But this is ideology.
Oh, so no. That's ideology too. His was definitely ideology. They had a whole entire group of those people. That was ideology. Yeah. Most of all these guys are ideology. Most of all these guys are ideology. Stop.
Some people are just nuts.
We say they're nuts and all that, but it's ideology. They have a certain ideology. Those people over there they're nuts too. They're nuts too.
The soldier that was the Arab soldier that killed in Texas, that killed those people down there. That was ideology.
Yeah, and like the guy who blew up his Tesla in front of the that was ideology as well. It's all ideology. All of it is. Yeah, that we can call them all sick in the head. They're all sick in the head. It happens, man. Would you be more sick in the head if you lived in the United States dealing with what we have to deal with here? Or would you be more sick in the head if you lived in a country that was war-torn, sanctioned, basically bullied by everybody else around the world? You see what's going on in these countries. You've been to some of these countries. You know how poor they are. You know why they're poor. You see why they're poor. Would you be more? I think they have more
leadership, though.
I mean,
a lot of it's leadership.
I've watched leadership. Look at Gaddafi, murdered. I can name how many leaders I can name. I can name how many countries in South America that we've set there and deposed their leaders, killed them. The ones who are doing right by them in Africa. I can name it across the world. What's been going on here? You know it. I know it. When leadership gets strong, what do? We take out Maduro. That's what we do. And everyone's like, leadership. It's your fault. It's leadership. No. It's these other countries. They're doing the wrong things, man. We don't want to see people get stronger. We don't want to see people get better in this country because we want our corporations to go in there and run those countries. We want to put dictators and we want to put figureheads in those countries who kill their people, and we don't have a problem with them doing it when we put them in power. We don't have a problem with that. So it's just strange to me. I just don't like it. I'm not
then
for it. I'm not okay with it.
Your argument gets blown away by killing Gaddafi. That argument gets blown away because he was basically.
I'm not for killing Gaddafi. I'm not for killing Gaddafi at all. I think he was doing great by that country. I think some countries need dictatorship. I think that's a good. I think that's a fact. I think some people when you first start out, it's very difficult to have. Okay, let me explain.
So now you're okay with dictators.
So in some cases, yes, I'm okay with monarchies. In some cases, where they work, yes. Some places they work better than democracy doesn't.
There are no monarchies that are in charge anymore. By the way,
I don't know. You look at Saudi Arabia.
Except for Saudi Arabia,
there's a bunch of other countries. Jordan has. I mean, there's a bunch of countries still with monarchy. I'm not going to say, but let me finish really quickly here. I mean, when it comes to that, do I feel like if a country came out and they said, you know what, we're going to have democracy straight up. There's going to be so many outside forces that influence that democracy because of money and influence and power that it's not going to work. Sometimes you need a strong dictator to come into power and say, you know what, I'm gonna stabilize the country, and then we can move towards democracy if that's what we choose to do. But you need a strong look at what's going on in China. They've given you a blueprint to basically how to stabilize your country, grow your economy, get your people out of poverty, and X, Y, and Z. You see that it happens, it works, and then eventually, if they want to move towards democracy,
poverty rate, man.
Yeah, but not as big as they used to. And you know what they've done? They weren't even a trillion. Hold on, time. They weren't even $1 trillion economy at the turn of the century. In 2000, they weren't even $1 trillion economy. Now they're second. They're almost $20 trillion economy, right behind us. Let's not act like they haven't pulled themselves up by their boots.
They also have a lot of poverty over there.
They have a lot of people. We got a lot of poverty here. They got a lot of people. They came. It's like coming from nothing. If you come from nothing and you rise up that quickly, we go back and look at the 1980s and 1990s charts of China and where they were in the world GDP. They were nowhere. Now look at them now, and now they're second. They're a powerhouse, second to only us in the world. Let's be honest here. Look at India, where they're going.
Years did it take them to get that way?
No, they were the richest nation in the world in the 1980s. You know what happened? Not 1980s. Sorry, excuse me. In the 1800s. You know what happened? Oh, Britain and the rest of these guys, France and the rest of these great countries that you like to say, went over there, bombed them, made them.
I never said they were great.
You did. You kind of went and said, why France and Britain and Germany and all the European countries are against these guys and sanctioning them?
They sanctioned them and they agreed with taking Maduro out. That's all I said.
But you're using them as a prayer. You're using them as a prayer.
You're not going to catch me living over there.
I'm just saying you're using them as a prayer, but like they're the good guys. Like they say the same thing. No, man, they went on. They forced drugs. They forced drugs down. They forced drugs, and so did the United States. Forced drugs down China's throat. China said, "We don't want any more. We're not trading. We don't want any more of your opium over here. We don't want it. We're not trading for it. We don't want it here." You know what they did? You know what Britain and those guys did? Went there and blew up their ports, bombed them, and said, "You're going to take our opium. I don't care what you say." I mean, that's just 100 years. I think it was 100 years of shame or something like that. That's what it's. This is why, man. They were the wealthiest country in the world in like 1880, 1860, right around that time. Wealthiest country. This is not the first time. So let's not sit there and act like this is why they went into this transition. Then we go over. They're weakened. War happens.
Drugs.
We forced it down their throat, and now we're mad at them for doing the same thing to us, huh?
Drugs.
And with that, folks, this is Civil Discourse. I'm your host, Wesley. This is my co-host, Not for the People, Steve.
I'm with the fraud, Wesley.
And we'll see you guys next time. It's been a great episode. We thank you again.
Have a great night. Have a great weekend, Wesley.
All right. You too. Bye.